Welcome to That's What She Said, where we'll spill the tea on women empowerment in the Great Lakes Bay region with your host, Christiana Malacara.
Hey all, welcome. Welcome to the room of empowerment at That's What She Said with me, Christiana Malacara. Thank you for tuning in this week and every week. And honestly, I'm just gonna say thanks for moving through this journey with me. I was just asked, hey, how long have you been doing this? Well, you know what? June just came and went, right? It feels like it was yesterday. And we are nearly to are finishing our first year. I'm gonna go ahead and hop on this soapbox and say I didn't expect to be where I'm at today. I really didn't. Who would have thought, even in the months leading up to last June, I didn't think that this is where we would be. And that's because you have to be open to an idea. You have to be open to an idea and you have to bet on yourself. So we're going to run with that one, right? If you, I was actually just talking about this today. You need to bet and go up to bat for yourself. Just every once in a while, you have to be an advocate for you. You have to step up and say, hey, this is me. This is my idea. This is my journey. This is my path. These are my people. And you have to take a bet on yourself. Because you know what? If you cannot advocate for yourself, you cannot ask anyone to advocate for you. You have to be the first one in line for you. So thank you so much for tuning in and investing in yourself as we spill the tea every week on women empowerment. So you can tune in weekly, WSGW 100.5 and 790 on Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock, Sunday evenings. No, wait, yep, did I say that right? Yep, 8 o'clock. Saturday mornings at 8 o'clock. Sunday evenings at 6 p.m., 24/7 on where you find your podcast formats. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcast and Audible. And then online, WSGW. You don't need to be near a radio to listen to the radio. Yes, we are on the internet, WSGW.com. And then as always, on social media, Thursdays live at 1:30. And we want your feedback on top of that. I'm always open for a chat. I had one prior today, just chatting about, what's next, what's the future. So that was me going up to bat for myself. So hopefully as you move through your week, you're thinking about these things. How can I advocate? How can I step up for me? You have to create that story for yourself, or else, you know what? I'm sorry, ladies. Somebody else is going to create it for you, and you might not like that narrative. Been there, done that. So let's step up for ourselves this week. Let's create our own narrative. Let's be the first in line for ourselves, and also help each other out. So this week I have a guest who glows. I know I use that word, but I mean, it's just sunshine when she walks in, and a lot of giggles to follow. So tune in for the giggles, because we have with us this week on That's What She Said, Samantha Todd. Hi, Samantha.
Hi.
Thank you for coming on That's What She Said. I appreciate it.
Yes, I'm so excited to be here. I feel so honored.
Oh my goodness. Well, I have to share that the way we met was just in this like weird roundabout way.
It was, right?
And now our families are so integrated. Like,
Yes.
It's kind of one of those things where, the universe, destiny was just like, you guys need to be friends, and so do your moms, right? Like,
Yes, I know, exactly. And like your mom, oh my gosh, I love her. Like I got to meet your mom's sister, and like the kids and your husband, and it's like, oh my gosh, what a wonderful like-minded family. And that's what I want to surround myself with.
Yeah.
So it just makes it was meant to be. Like God brought you into my life, and it's amazing.
I feel the same way. I really do. And it was, like I said, one of those roundabout ways where we just had mutual people in our lives at the same time.
Yeah.
And we just kept encountering each other. And I was just like, there's no way around it. Like I'm friends with Samantha. Like this, not that I would choose not to be, but
no,
this is my girl.
This is it's so good. But doesn't it, I don't know, just knowing like I've got you in my back pocket.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh,
Ditto. So, now everybody knows how we know each other. How would you like to introduce yourself? How does the community know you?
I don't know. I think I'm that backlog person that they're just like, oh, Samantha's got like that. She can do this or she can do that. And I really feel it's through the business that we've created. But like the business has so many different like little rabbit holes that we go down.
What's your business?
So it's Bloom's Boutique and Floral. It is in Saginaw. It's located in Shields. We started off just like as a little rental company and just being tried and true to who we are as people and helping people. We always say, come see us. It's not about the business. It's not about the money. It's not about anything there. It's about making those relationships with people and loving them. Like I love wholeheartedly. And I just feel there's no words to explain how I love people.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I know your passion, but when you walk into Bloom's, so Bloom's is located on Gratiot.
Yep.
What services do you provide to the community out of your shop?
So we are a full service boutique. So like we've got things, lots of home decor, lots of really cool styles, jewelry. We want to support Michigan. We want to support the United States. So like making sure we're finding products that are made locally to support our local community. And it gets harder too, because you're building these relationships and then they introduce you to another vendor and you're like, oh my gosh, cool, let's do that. And so like you're up in Midland at Coyer Candle and you're supporting them and they're local, but then you bring them into the store is like a home. Okay, let's go there first.
Okay.
It is a home. When you come in, we've got women that are like, hey, can I just throw my purse behind the counter? Yeah, throw your purse behind the counter. They come in and they've got like a baby in one of those, what is it? Like a
little carrier.
Little carrier.
Yeah.
Hey, they're sleeping. Can we put them behind the counter with you? Yeah, I will definitely play with your baby.
Yes.
And if it wakes
like,
up,
give me your baby.
yeah, give me your baby. Give me your baby. Like, hey, come in the dressing room. Let me see what's going on. I had a lady come in. This is hilarious. And we love our delivery guys. We love our FedEx guys. We love Sean from UPS. Love them.
Those guys are real MVPs.
They really are. They really are. And they're like, we love coming here. So they even know our customers. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah. But the lady was like trying on a pair of pants. And she's like, oh my gosh, UPS just pulled up. Samantha, can you please help me find my pants? I don't know where I put my pants. She's like walking around the store in her socks and undies. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like
it's
that
home.
It's home. Like you're not judged. You go about it. A lot of people are like, this is like the barber shop or the
barbershop of boutiques.
Right? You come in.
It. Yeah.
And I was like, it's not about coming in and spending money. Like people are coming in and they're like, you make me feel so good. Or I've had such a bad day or whatever. And I'll be like, you want me to get on the counter and dance? I will get on the counter and dance for you. Like we can boogie woogie. Like, what do you need? Like, I think filling myself up is filling other people up.
When did you open?
About 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah. Like we started in my house.
Okay. I was just going to say, how did this start 10 years ago? Like, where did this idea come from?
So I'm the oldest of 5. Yeah. Right. So married first. And we all did go in order, all of the siblings. And we were just getting service that it didn't speak to us. I don't want to give you $2,000 to do chair covers for me, walk into your house, see your mom and dad on CPAP machines with green shag carpet, with dogs jumping on me, taken to a little room in the back, and like you're showing me a sample. Yeah. No, I want to create that experience for you.
So this was during your wedding planning.
This was during my sister Amanda's.
Your sister. Okay. So
she's the 4th.
So this whole idea came about with you're helping plan your sister's wedding. And it was just a poor experience with, the decorating. So you have Blooms, who's a boutique, but the other side of Blooms is share that part.
We're a full service rental, a full service planning. We're a premier vendor at like the H Hotel, the Doubletree, Apple Mountain, Swan Valley, Crooked Creek, Harbor.
And there's a floral portion to this too.
Yes. So that we also do fresh florals. So actually, I got to visit Deisler's this morning and Snow and Case Funeral Home this morning. So like we do everything. So I mean, and that can be kind of tough too, because like I wear my heart on my sleeve. I am there 100% for my customers. So like when you know somebody and you're going to a funeral and you're in the back, I'm in the back and I'm making flowers. Your emotions pour into your work and you're like, you knew that person, or you know their daughter, or you know their granddaughter, or just their uncle, their aunt, and you just create something beautiful. And it makes you feel so good that you're able to be part of that, whether it's a sad event or a happy event.
So 10 years ago, let's go back to that. So 10 years ago, I'm just thinking like when you're saying, yes, I want to open this business.
I'm going to have to like be honest on this. This is all due to Miss Anna, my mom, Anna, and my sister, Amanda. So it was the three of us. And it's still, my mom is still a partner with I, Samantha Todd. But she does all the behind the scenes stuff. So like when you walk in the store and you look at all this product, 100% props go to her. She does all the ordering. She does
Mom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone knows her as Mom.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I know her.
I've got like my clients that are 80 years old come in, and there's like, and my mom is not in her 80s. She's in her 60s. They're like, where's Mom? Where's Mom? We want Mom.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So 10 years ago, you're like, I want to start this business.
Yeah.
This experience that my sister and I are having it's not up to par. Right.
Right.
And your wedding is something that you're investing. Yeah, you're investing financially, but you're investing, you're getting one of these, right? This is going to be the banger.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Hopefully we're getting, I mean, maybe not. I mean, I don't want to say hopefully. Anyway, this is it. This is the day. And so these experiences leading up to it contribute to that moment.
They do.
So you're saying the origin of this was, I want to create a good experience for my brides, my grooms, and everyone attending.
Yep.
How did you become a boutique then?
Okay, so let's go there. Let's go there. So we had the rentals portion open, and then we went and got the education for the fresh flowers. So you walk in, you see all these wonderful things, right? All these beautiful things, but you're walking in and you want to do a funeral piece with us. You're not in that mindset. You're like, ooh, you kind of feel out of place, right?
Yeah.
So then you need to have cards, you need to have sympathy thing, you need to tend to that. And so then we just were like, you know what? We got this. Let's go full bore. And then we just kept going and going and going and carrying all these wonderful things to make you feel good about yourself. You talked about doing things for yourself, being an advocate for yourself. Well, like, brushing your teeth, getting up, getting ready in the morning, all that stuff is about taking care of yourself so you can take care of other people. So coming in, we want to give you that experience. We want you to, whether it be planning a wedding or ordering flowers for your daughter for prom or coming in and picking out a memorial piece, right? We want to make sure we're taking care of you. And so it just keeps growing.
So you're a business owner.
Yeah.
You are a woman business owner with Mom.
Yeah.
So this is a family business.
Absolutely.
What is that dynamic when you and your mom are, running a business? Like, is there a separation ever between like, this is family, this is business? Or are we seeing this mesh together?
I feel, let's go back to when we were being raised by our parents. There was 5 of us, right? We didn't have social media back then. Okay, let's go there.
Back in my day,
there was no social media. There was the radio, right? You had the radio, the television. And the motto that ran through our house was, okay, you can be mad. You can be mad at one another and your siblings, but guess what? We're all a family, and family is everything. So, take your 5 minutes and then I want you to go and you guys are going to make up. So, but like that has just transpired to where we are right now, like with mom and I. You can be mad at each other for 2 seconds, but guess what? That's your mom. I'm your daughter. Like, we love each other. We're going to get through this. And I think being positive, I think communication is a huge thing. She is so good. She'll be like, hey, what do you think? Especially with my sister Amanda still. Hey, we all have different styles, right? We all have different likes and dislikes, and we're all different ages. So bringing in different things into the store that represent 3 different generations, 3 different styles, 3 different likes, we can be like, no, I don't think so. Or yes, but like, we always take it so good. If we say no to each other.
Let's talk about communication.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay. Because with communication, that can be a huge disconnect with siblings, parents, your spouse, your children, like
life.
Yes. Like communication is so key. I was recently reading a statistic, and when a husband and a wife or spouse and spouse are going through some type of therapy, more than 50% of the time, the issue is the communication. They don't hear each other. They're talking to each other, but they don't hear each other. We're not fully comprehending this. What are some tips that you would provide to a mother-daughter relationship to help their communication?
I feel as if the biggest part is understanding where my mom's coming from. I might not agree with it, but I need to respect it. And I need to feel like it will be like mid-season in weddings, and we are just slinging flowers. There's packages coming in, everything is absolutely crazy. And she'll be like, hey, let's build a new wall in the store. And I'm like, I'm going to choke you. I'm going to choke you out. Like, this is what's going on. And I love you. But then I step back and I think, you know what? Before I really get into this conversation with her, I want to see where she's coming from. You know what? And 99% of the time, I'm like, she's right. I think being able to say, yes, you're right in communication, and no, I don't think, like, respecting each other and also understanding where that other person's coming from. Big, and how you deliver your message. I've always said that. Let's say I got something that's not so great that I want to tell my mom. How I'm going to deliver it to her. Am I going to come in and I'm going to be like all huffy puffy and, I don't think so, and just totally write it off? No, I am going to be like, hey, mom, I got this going on. Can we revisit it? Because I can't handle it right now. Like mentally, physically, I can't do it. And generally she's like, yeah, okay. So let's set goals. And so that's huge. That's huge.
So the first one I heard was take a moment to step back.
Yep. Absolutely.
And saying, let me look at this through her lens.
Yes.
Before I say something.
Correct.
And then the second one I heard was the deliver.
Oh, delivery. 100%.
When that tonality of it, right? Yep. There's a difference between, Mom, I don't like that idea.
Yeah.
Right. And then, Mom, I'm not sure if that's the best idea right now.
Yes. Can we revisit it? Can we look at it in the future? Can we just not right now?
So the act of actively listening with empathy.
Oh, absolutely. And understanding that she means the best. Like, she's my mom. She's my partner. She's one of my best friends. She's everything to me. And she only wants the best for us, So understanding that she's not coming out, like trying to, mom is not a power trip at all. She's like, let's do this together.
You're so fortunate.
I really am. I'm so blessed to have her and my sister and my family. It's amazing. And God, above all, that leads us, listening to him and seeing what we're supposed to do too. Huge.
What has that journey of faith looked like for you?
It's okay. So running that business,
That is a test of faith.
that's a test of everything. But he plays such a huge part. If you sit down and you listen and you dissect different things in your life or people that come into your life, there's always a way that I'm able to relate what's going on, like when it's super tough. And God is like, you know what? You got this, Samantha. You got this. You just need to slow down. You need to listen to what your heart desires. And again, and he always, you know what he tells me a lot? You need to take care of yourself. That's what he tells me. I've been wearing makeup lately. Have you noticed?
You look beautiful. I have noticed. I catch the Facebook lives and I'm like, oh, look at her. She's fancy today.
Yeah. As opposed to like just slicking my hair back in a bun and just going at it, you know. But always know that there's good things to come. Like you got to go through hard things. So that might be, you know, sales are down, but you know what? Okay, the economy is, you know, not the best right now. Or, you know, thank you, God, for leading us in all these little rabbit holes because they're pulling each other at different times to help us sustain who we are and to keep going. You know, it's okay. You're going to have those low times always. Like if you didn't have a low time once in a while, I don't know if that's humanly possible, right?
I don't know if you would be able to appreciate the high times if you have a low time.
No, it's so right.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we have Samantha Todd with us, and we just talked about the power of moms. And when we come back to the second half of That's What She Said, we're going to dive deep into Samantha as a mom, as a business owner, and we're just going to have some more fun. So stay tuned, and we will see you right back on That's What She Said.
That's What She Said with Christiana Malacara is back. Now let's spill the tea.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to That's What She Said. We are in the second portion of our episode with Samantha Todd. She is the co-owner of Blooms in Saginaw County on Gratiot Road. And in the last half, we were talking about the power of moms, you know, and having mom on your side and how to communicate. That's such an important tool of how to communicate specifically with our mothers. But also, Samantha, you are a mom.
Absolutely.
Tell us about your children, if you don't mind sharing.
Oh, absolutely not. I have a new 15-year-old, Lucas. God help us all. He's the one that like walks out of the house still. I can't make this up. Okay. And he'll be like, are you ready for school? Yep. Okay. So we're walking out to the car. Where are your shoes?
No.
Wait a minute. You're 15, right? Do you have your pants on? Do you have, let me just double check you and go down on you. But can you please go get your shoes? Because we're going to be late for school. And then I have a younger son that just turned 13. They're 10 days apart in birthdays. So I've got teenagers. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And his name is Troy. And Troy has anxiety. I'll tell you what, the kid has a plan. He's had a plan since he's been like 6. He's going to U of M. He wants to play either baseball or football. He has straight A's. He calls us in the middle of the night. My husband and I will get a phone call and we're like, my husband, Michael, okay, Samantha, Troy's calling us from his bedroom. And I'm like, oh, is he? Pick up the phone. Hey, Dad, I just want to make sure you have your alarm set. And Michael be like, yup, the alarm set. Well, is your phone set just in case the power goes out? And that doesn't. Yes, Troy, it's set. Well, is mom set? Should I call her? Troy, go to bed.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, okay, he actually has anxiety.
Well, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah. I think it's safe to say.
So do you think that trait has its pros and cons? Do you think it's like...
Absolutely. I feel like he's so responsible including at such a young age. But it makes me worry too at the same time, because I want him to be a child. I want him to be a kid. I want him to experience it. He got, I think it was like an A- on something. And he's like, Mom, is that okay? And I was like, dude, if you went into it doing the best you can and you didn't even cut a grade out of that, yes, I am so proud of you no matter what. Like, buddy, you got this. You're so smart. But I feel like social media, I've noticed with raising kids, they portray something totally different that's not really what happens in everyday life. Meaning, so my 15-year-old said, "Hey, Mom, can we go get this?" And I'm like, buddy, we just went to Lululemon and Nike. Lucas is like the fashionista of the family, okay? And I was like, these things aren't real. He's like, I can see them, Mom. They're real. They're on social media. And I'm like, no, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm like, watch this. And it was this well-known person. And she's a blogger, a vlogger. Is that what they're called? And she got supposedly a new kitchen. And what she did was went to Home Depot in like their sample sections or Lowe's or wherever, and was taking pictures of her supposed new kitchen. That's not real. That's not real life. So like bringing my kids down, making sure that you're like, I'm watching their social media. If they're on it, like sometimes Lucas can be a little sneaky, but making sure that they're getting the right values, they're understanding like a lot of things you see, that's not real life. Real life is being together, sitting at a table, having dinner, seeing each other across the table.
Real life interaction here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're gonna look at me, you're not gonna text me from the bedroom, you're gonna walk out and say, hey,
Hey,
Mom.
Yep.
And I'm going to be like, oh, well, what do you need for tomorrow morning? Because it's 9:00. Let's see if Walmart's still open. I need a poster board. No.
Yes.
No.
So you're a teen. You have teens. You
I've
have
got
teens. You have teens. And that's okay. So as a mom of 2 boys who are teens, and I'm like, you do weddings, flowers, boutiques, as girly, fluffy pink as it gets.
Yes.
And then you're over here carting around daily, your guys, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
coming from a large family to, a mom of 2, what are some of those values that you pour onto them that you've learned and instilled and want to instill in them?
I want them to understand that we're going to be there for them through thick and thin. I think when you have, again, I'm talking about social media and what's real and what isn't real in social media, I want them to know that at the end of the day, materialistic things do not matter. They're materialistic things. You're not going to take them to the grave with you. And I tell them that. I'm like, us playing Uno or making sure we have a game night. And Lucas, like all these teen lingos, is it a lingo? Like, he's like, Mom, I'm going to cook you. And I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, I am going to beat the pants off you at Uno. I was like, hey, okay, let's do it.
I don't know what that means, but yeah, right.
Yeah, we got this. Like, and learning.
I can picture you be like, okay, groovy.
Yeah, groovy. Like, and I give him like the peace sign. He's like, Mom, are you serious? I think that being a family is first and foremost important. God and our family. Nothing matters outside of that. Like,
and the way that you're operating your business with your family to the community. And we started out that conversation by saying, like, this is an extension of my home.
It is.
And who do you let in your home is your friends and your family.
Absolutely.
So the way that you're pouring yourself out into your community is that's heavy.
It's heavy. Awesome. It is. And I feel like if you don't know me, maybe it is overwhelming. Maybe I'm not everyone's cup of tea. And I think mentally that's hard for me, because when you love and you love so hard that it's like you're supposed to be friends with everyone, and it's not going to work that way sometimes. Not everyone is going to be your cheerleader, and there's going to be people that try to tear you down. But when people try to tear you down, what do? What's your reaction? How are you going to react to that?
I was just going to ask, how do we navigate around someone who, when you are out in the community, or you just in your life, and you have, let's say 5 friends, but maybe one of them isn't the cheerleader that you need in your circle. How do we navigate ourselves as women around someone like that?
I gotta say, going back to being a mom, and Troy plays travel ball, and you're with like a team. If you're playing all year long, you're with them all year long, and understanding that you're still a family, but you might be a surface level family. Like I'll always be there for that person that might not be my cheerleader. If they need something, I'm still going to be there because that's who I am. But at the same time, removing yourself from that situation and really spending and pouring your time into those that are your cheerleaders.
How do you identify who is and who isn't?
Ooh, that's a hard thing. I guess morals, values, and here's the thing. I'm the least judgiest person. Like it's not that I don't care, but like your morals don't have to follow my morals and my values. It's a matter of respect. That's where the respect line comes in. That's how I feel. And so you guys, I'm not a drinker, and I could care less. Like, do I like an occasional drink? Yeah, like a glass of wine or a high noon, or right. It's good for your mental too, to calm you down once in a while.
There you go.
But like, if you are in that group where you're drinking all the time, you're also a role model for me and my family. And these are family events, and I don't want my kids to see that all the time. Because again, that's not what I value. I value your time, that peer time together, of building experiences, being together, having a good time, and keeping things positive. I feel like too, when you're around people, and I've noticed this in when I was a little bit younger, somebody's negative all the time, right? So what does that make you? You're part of that. And then you start seeing things in you're forgetting that there's 2 sides always to a story. So you're not.
So you're saying that we're gathering people in our circle who
Yep.
build us up.
Absolutely.
And
yes.
From what I'm hearing is, you yourself as Samantha, you're many things, but we keep going back to many good things. And we keep going back to this motherhood trait, right? So you're building your friendship circle and your characteristics based on who you want your sons to see, who they want to be. Hey, that's my mom.
Yes. Yes. And I feel like, I walk into the school, right? Hey, Mrs. Todd. Hey, Troy's mom. Hi, Lucas's mom. Hey, your mom is so cool. And I want them to know that, like, I'm not afraid to not necessarily discipline your child, but like if something's not cool, hey, buddy, like, why are we doing that? Just talking to their level and understanding their feelings, understanding my kids' feelings. I got to tell you.
Tell me, share it.
2 years in a row, I've gotten a Valentine from a mutual friend of both of my kids, written me poems, and the boys are like, oh my gosh, Mom. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, but I love them. And they're like, you got to stop loving everyone, Mom. You need to stop it.
But I'm the cool mom. I'm the cool mom.
Yeah, I want them to feel safe. I want them to, hey, I'm going to go pick them up, or we're going to go to the haunted house. So here I am. I've got Michael with his truck with a load full of kids. Everyone's in my cute little minivan that's, let me tell you, paid off. It might not be the cutest, but it's paid off, and I'm happy with it.
I've seen the minivan. If we need to put a picture in the comments, I've seen the minivan. There's miles on that girl. Yes.
And letting the kids be themselves and understanding that there's still boundaries with me. Regardless, I'm not going to let you go crazy.
What are some of those boundaries that you would tell a mom who has teens?
I want to say you can't be their friend, but you need to be their mom. I think there's those boundaries where you want to be that cool mom, and you want to like let them break loose a little bit. So if they're throwing out, a cuss word or something like that, but no, you don't have to. You need to be that mom. You need to be like, hey, there's more educated words to use. Again, it goes back to how you deliver your message to them. Can you get to that child's level and say, do you feel confident as a parent and not care if they don't like you for 5 minutes because they're going to forget about it anyway, and follow through with your true beliefs on how you want your kids to be good humans.
Good humans.
Good
Yes.
humans.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's the goal. Is that the goal?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I go back and forth. So Lucas is 15, right? And I don't I could cry talking about this. As a parent, you have a child. You have 18 good years to formulate a good human being, to go out into the community and do great things. And I'm like, I'm at year 15. I've got 3 more years to shape this boy, right?
I did not think of it that way.
Right? So you think about your kids. You have a 9-year-old, right?
Yeah.
What does that? It's scary.
Yeah.
It's scary.
It's
but
like there's almost like this, this odd, weird, like unspoken expiration date.
Right.
Like,
and it's
okay.
coming.
Yeah.
It starts the minute they're born. And I'll never give up on my kids. They're going to make mistakes. They're like, Mom, I don't want to ride the bus. I don't want to ride the bus. And I'm like, oh my gosh, do I got to drive all the way to Freeland to get my kids? I was like, I learned stuff on the bus. And sometimes it hurts us as parents knowing that their feelings are going to be hurt, or they might not make a team, or, something might not go right at school. But that's part of learning and dealing with our emotions, dealing with our anxiety, dealing with just life in general. That's going to help them be better, but like not sheltering your child.
That's a fine line.
Sense? There's a fine line there. There is. You could learn some bad stuff on the bus too.
Yeah. I was say, the bus is a pretty
diverse.
You can learn anything on the bus. Who knows with social media, like you said, and like just this instant access to everything.
Yes.
Oh my. Okay.
Yes.
So we're talking to Samantha Todd. She is a co-owner of Blooms on Gratiot in Saginaw, and she's my friend. She's my
buddy.
And so all the time I walk in to the shop, or I hear of someone walking into the shop, into Blooms, they're just like, yeah, Samantha was there. And they usually use these terms like, and she was bouncing around, or she was giggling, or she was laughing, or I could hear her laughing from the back. How is it that you keep this high positive momentum going and you said Blooms was an idea, just over 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes people navigate through a daily job, or, they're, even just a small time period, a chapter of just like, and at the end, they're just like, I need a break. How is it that you've kept going?
So crazy. Okay. This is absolutely crazy. And I will tell anybody this. When I have that little itty bitty bit of time, it scares me. It's like I'm anxiety or I'm depressed because I don't know what to do with myself. I know it might not make sense to a lot of people, but it's like, I'm so used to going and going and going, like the township calling and they're like, hey, can you do, decor for the parks and the recs? And I was like, yes. And then like, I'm the head fundraising mom for the travel ball. And then I am the Little League treasurer for Freeland Little League. And so we got meetings there. And then my husband for youth football, he is the head football coach since 4th grade. They go all the way up to 8th grade. Hey, Mike, can you come here? Can you do this? He's up north. I think I was telling you, he works for consumers and he's being the liaison for Michigan, and he's helping with all the deconstructed mess that happened with weather. But so there's always something like, so he's up there, and then my sister's at the house, and her 3 little ones practically, like my house is the hub, by the way, too.
I wouldn't expect anything less from being the oldest and the daughter. You're the family manager. So, of course, the house is headquarters.
Yeah. You know what gets me? I just got to tell you a quick little story.
And tell me it.
I was at the store and I'm working my butt off. It's in the middle of summer. It's hot. I get a call from my sister, Tiffany. Hey, can you pick up some like pop and some drinks? And I'm like, wait, where are you? She's like, I'm in your backyard. I was like, are you kidding me? I said, get that shipped in. I'm not, are you serious? Like, I mean, but yeah, I would go do that.
Yeah.
The neighbor calls her like, hey, our dog needs to be, something happened with the dog. Can you come help with the dog? Yep, I'll come help with the dog. Or I don't stop.
So
I feel
here's a
like when I
question for
do,
you.
yeah.
Here's a question. Do you ever say no?
I would say that's probably my weakness. No, because I know there's always a way around it. Like I can do it.
But
I know that.
But should women
Absolutely
have the power to say no?
100%, 100%. But I don't know. It's something in my brain, and it's like I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to think that you're not worthy of. I want to be there. I don't care who it is, what it is. If we've had dislikes in the past, I got you. But that's how my family is too. The nut doesn't fall too far from the tree. My mom, my sister, my brother, everyone, like, no, this is who we are. And it doesn't make sense to some people. They're like, don't you need a separation? No, that would be weird to me. It's a lifestyle.
That's your trait. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah,
so keeping up with this, yes theme, right?
Yeah.
And how is it that you are filling your cup at the end of the day? And who are those people that are right here with you to fill you up?
That fill me up. Okay. So my mom, my sister. Okay. I have some pretty darn amazing friends. Kayla Pionk and Laura Warhausen and Stephanie Becker. I would say, we send each other like little texts in the morning. Jared that owns Barney's Bakehouse.
Mm-hmm.
I get random texts all the time, and I send random, like it makes no sense. I was driving the kids to school this morning and I seen Jared's Bakehouse and I was like, okay, when I get to the school, I'm going to text him and tell him he smells like poop.
Oh my goodness.
I did. He texted me back, wow, that's really enduring. And I said, oh, you're made of sugar and spice and everything nice. And we just laugh because we know like we're there. Laura calls me daily to check in, whether we talk or not. Same thing with Kayla. Same thing with Steph. We might not be always able to be there with each other, but we're there.
It's that, hey, I got you.
I got you.
I got your back. I got you. I'm right here.
Yeah. Hey, I'm running to the school real quick. Or we're going to the sports zone. Hey, can we just pick up so-and-so? Yeah. Please do. Please do.
Please do.
Please make sure he's got his shoes on when you go.
I love that part. So here in our last minute and a half, what is one piece of advice that you would pass along to a woman of the Great Lakes Bay region?
Learn from your experiences and never stop. Believe in yourself. Never stop believing in yourself. You are going to learn from failure. So that is such a positive thing. We all look at it as being like a negative thing. We focus like on our failures. Don't focus on that. Focus on your strengths. Focus on what is going good. Always try to be positive. You can have that time where you go back in your bedroom and have that sob like, oh, blah, 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 and do whatever you do back there, but walk out stronger. Take that experience and learn from it. Never stop.
Never stop.
Never stop. No, just keep going.
Said from Samantha Todd. Never stop. Keep going. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, like look at you.
Thank
like
you.
I just want to lift you up. Like look at everything you're doing. Like, and looking at you and saying, oh my gosh, I am with like a woman, amazing woman, an empowering woman. And she makes me feel so comfortable. And I want to do that for other people. So we feed off of each other.
We
right?
do. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
From Samantha Todd. Keep going. So thank you for tuning in. And that's what she said.